with snapping kicks, it's imperative that we withdraw our attack. After we strike, we have to tear back the attack with the same conviction and energy that we delivered it. So the kick is not over, technically, until it's down on the ground, because we want to ensure we have balance before we kick, while we kick, and then after. If you don't have balance after you kick, you're gonna fall into a position. What if that position is not in your best interest? What if you kick and you want to move backward? If that's best for you, having balance will ensure that that option is available to you. So, train in a manner that sets you up for success. Understand all the ingredients and how they play into the whole. We're now going to take a look at the sword foot kick in Kanshiwa Kata, or Sokuto Geri. Sword foot kick refers to a kick that is done using the blade of the foot. Now, this is performed in a lateral manner in Kanshiwa Kata. It takes on the energy of a side kick. But technically speaking, Sokuto Geri can be performed like a front kick with the blade. It can be performed from the side with the blade. The angle is irrelevant. It's more about the weapon. So that being said, I like to practice Sokuto Geri in a very inclusive manner. As you know, Uechi-ryu only has really one kick in its kata, which is shomengeri. But then in Kanshiwa we have this blade foot kick. So if you practice it in a manner that is all-inclusive, it'll give you more benefits. So I'd like to share with you some of the methods that I use to help you get more value from your Sokuto Geri. So let's first take a look at how to prepare the weapon. If you don't hit with the edge of your foot, you're kind of missing the concept on Sokuto Geri. So the ability to control your feet, the angles of your feet, and stabilize the ankle are instrumental. I want to focus on the 2/3 of my foot from the heel up to about this point. Think of drawing a line here with a marker. This is the contact surface. So when I perform Junmyo in my class, we're often working on these types of exercises. Walking on our feet, striking using the blade of the foot. This is all to help forge the weapon, make it stronger, ensuring it has integrity when you use it. I'd be lying if I said I haven't kicked many times and struck with too much force on the front of my foot and turned my ankle in a way that caused a slight injury. So you have to really be careful about alignment and using that weapon properly. Moreover, if you don't have anything at the end of the kick, technically it's unusable. You don't want to have a hammer made of glass. So the first exercise I like to call covering feet with sand. And essentially what it involves is shifting to one leg, bending my knee, and then pulling over with the edge of my feet. What I'm doing here is preparing the weapon, stabilizing my ankle, and ensuring that my foot is ready to perform, whether it's to hook something because there's an object in between my feet, or prepare for the actual kick. So dragging your foot over helps you feel the edge of your foot and ensures that when you lift up, you're still making that position. Okay? So once you're able to pull your foot across, I then like to work on building the kick in the chamber. So from here, what I'll do is I will drag over, rise up, and stop. At this position, I want to make sure that my foot is still in the angle that I was practicing on the floor, that my knee is chambered and it's pointing in the direction that I want to kick, and then I'm going to come back down. So pull and lift, down and across. The reason I put so much into this is that Uechi-ryu doesn't challenge you very much when it comes to balance in your stances. And so learning to do these techniques more slowly will help you further develop your balance, and you'll get more out of your performance. 1 and 2, 3. 1 and 2, 3. It's important that we bend our knees so that when I kick, I'm not just kicking with my leg, but I'm kicking with both legs in my entire body. One last time. Shift and pull, rise up. Now from this position, the next drill begins. I want to start pushing with my support leg. The last thing I want to do is simply lift my leg and straighten it. There's no power there. So what I need to do is to ensure that my knot in my obi moves. If you imagined a line or a pole, imagine I was holding a staff right in front of my body. If I kick and you don't see my body shift at all, that means that I didn't really use my torso to increase mass. This is possible. You can do it this way, but you're holding a lot back. So I encourage my students to shift or rock when they do the kick. Not lean back, but just use the body in a more full extent. So, chamber, rock, lower. Chamber, rock, lower. Chamber, rock, lower. Once I'm able to do this, it's now time to let the lower leg fly and enjoy your kick. But one of the things that I find helpful is imagine that your kicking leg has already peaked. It's performing at the top level and it's not capable of producing any more energy. And you said, okay, what can I do to augment this technique? What can I do to make it stronger or faster? You'll have to use the rest of your body. That's where the support leg for your kick comes in, as well as how you use your hips. It's always worth remembering that the strongest part of your body is here. The largest muscles in your body are in your legs and in your hips. So anytime you can involve these muscles, even in the smallest manner, you'll find them to be very beneficial. Okay, so let's add the kick. I'm down. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Preferably, I like to do this at the thigh level. It can be done higher, but I like to keep my kicks low so that they have a lower risk of being caught or rendered ineffective. If you like to do them at waist height, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But we need to make sure our kicks are not just bun, but they actually work. So whatever height level you like to use, make sure you hit things with them and you know they work, because it's not worth having a nice kick that doesn't do anything. I like to think of a wave, circling in, snapping, coming back down, circling up, kicking, back down. Now, if I was under pressure and I needed to kick very quickly, I wouldn't do all this. I'd just remove it, because the context dictates that I need speed, that I need to be more efficient, and that there's no opportunity to pull anything and perhaps unbalance someone or hook them with my feet. But every situation is different. So sometimes you're moving and something is right here next to your foot. You can unbalance and then strike that leg and get 2 for 1, which is always great. Okay, so let's now take a look at how